So this is a very juicy one. Would the partners ever sell TFD? Would they, Annie?
So we are not actively pursuing a sale at this time, but never say never. It would just totally depend on the offer and the terms.
And the terms. I think it's probably worth stating that there are very few situations in which just a straight up sale of TFD would be, if it's going to be as lucrative as you would want it to be, it's probably going to be a terrible situation on the back end. And if it's a pretty good situation on the back end, it's probably not going to be a lot of money. So it's pretty complicated. Like there's a stat that we were quoted, like if when a company gets acquired, CEOs like on average only like spend 25% of the time that they were contractually obligated to spend at the new parent company. They leave early almost always. And that usually means leaving a lot of money on the table because they were on some kind of vesting schedule with the purchase. And that says a lot, right? That probably says that what made your work and your life unique in your independent capacity is often incompatible with an acquisition. I'm not saying there aren't iterations where it could be good. I just think that often an iteration where it could be good, even for example, in the instance of like partnering with another media company who's doing a lot of similar work and would love to just like really amplify what we're doing and bring TFD to a bigger audience and bring us more resources and that kind of thing, and where we could maintain a lot of editorial control and it would be the stuff that we love to do, oftentimes that's not a lot of money. It's not like an outright, just like you're, getting bought by some, firm. It's like much more of like a collaboration essentially and all kinds of strings attached. So, and we've had, like in transparency, we've spoken to various potentially interested parties, and
But only when they've come to us.
only when they've come
We
to us.
never
We don't
sought
seek
it.
it out. And it really doesn't take the shape that you would think it takes. So like Annie said, never say never. But I would say what's more important to me, like I would not ever want to be in a situation where I felt like it was ruining what TFD is to sell it. So it would definitely, the highest priority would be a partner who would do something wonderful with it and make it what it should be, because I mean, I can't run it forever. So eventually it would either have to like really change form or be sold. And like, I would really hope that in either of those cases, it could continue to be something great, because you don't ever want to look back at what you made and be like, remember when I like took a little money to watch them burn it to the ground?
Yeah, it's been really interesting to see a few independent publishers decide to just completely close rather
Yep.
than sell in the past few years. Rookie magazine,
Design sponge.
yeah, and both of those founders wrote really pretty transparent and thoughtful reflections about why that you can find online.
Yeah, I highly recommend it. Yeah, I mean, there are so many potential options of what the future could be, but one thing that is important to remember always is, I mean, nothing is forever, but especially not the internet is forever. So always keeping in mind what any kind of elegant exit could look like in any fashion, I think is really important, and being realistic. I just don't necessarily know that it would take the form of like a straight up sale.
Yeah.
So there's a lot to
Yeah.
consider. I guess the short answer is that uh, maybe someday in the future, but it would have to be really the right situation, and it's not something we're actively seeking out.